Hello, and welcome to this guided meditation. This meditation is for anyone who struggles with controlling their stress levels. Everyone can relate to a day at work that just starts off on the wrong foot. Perhaps you've just had an argument with a spouse or loved one. Or you're late for an appointment even though you had a million reminders in your schedule. Or your inbox contains email after email with what seem like impossible demands. These days can feel really long, and before you know it, the smile is wiped off your face. And you dread your next customer or colleague facing interaction. In fact, you become filled with anxiety at the thought of your next appointment, and you realize that you have to get your act together. At first glance, this seems easy. Why not just refocus on positive things? Or even better, try to reframe. This day won't last forever, you think? Didn't somebody tell you recently that you do have control over your thoughts when you're anxious or expecting the worst? Then how come this simply doesn't feel easy when it is one of those days? Starting a process that will help us let go of these feelings often begins with the body. Take some moments to let your awareness scan through your body, sensing where it's possible to relax some, to let go. It's helpful to begin at the eyes sometimes and just intentionally soften there, as if you could smile into the eyes. Sense a smile spreading through the eyes, letting the muscles around the eyes, the brow, be smooth. Slight smile at the mouth. Feeling the inside of the mouth smiling, so the jaw is relaxed, slightly open. When your stresses build up, it becomes more difficult to get your anxiety under control if you've developed a fear response. Think of boss panic or board meeting freeze. You'll be able to suppress these associations and calm yourself down if you don't enter these situations under stress. If you're already under stress, however, this will throw the fight or flight system off, and controlling your thoughts will be much more difficult. As we continue to practice and finding our sense of calm, come back to this room. Come back to your body. Smiling into the heart, the chest area. So we're not covering over, but really creating some space for whatever is here, whatever mood, whatever emotion. A kind, spacious domain of heart. Let the shoulders relax back and down, and see if you can sense a little melting or dissolving in the shoulders. Just breathe in the awareness so that you feel them from the inside out. When you're having one of those days, this stress can make it difficult to control your anxiety when you're dealing with your boss or a board meeting. No amount of one step at a time or control only what you can reminders actually work. This is because when you're stressed by that argument at home, or the inbox that makes your stomach turn, this stress interferes with your ability to control your automatic negative expectations. Usually, this control relies on your prefrontal cortex. This brain region that is designed to manage your anxiety of anticipation without a problem. However, when your emotions are already in a boil because you've just come out of a heated situation, your prefrontal cortex can't function normally, and it fails you. And so we come back to our body when we need some time to calm down. Listening to our body can be one of the best medicines. Softening the hands, noticing if you can, sense the aliveness, vibration, tingling in the hands. Sitting in a way that the chest can be open and that you can loosen and relax your belly, receiving this breath in a softening belly. This breath. And now this one. And again. Feeling the awareness, the awakeness deep in the torso. And scanning down through the hips and legs. See if you can feel the aliveness and space inside the legs. All the way down into the feet, feeling the places of pressure, contact, heat from the inside out, the tingling, the vibrating. And then opening the lens, you can feel simultaneously all parts of the body opening to this field of sensation, letting it just be as it is. If you know that your day has started off on the wrong foot, then trying to control your prefrontal cortex is probably not your go-to strategy. Rather, managing your anxiety with methods that bypass the prefrontal cortex or do not require it are the way to go. These methods are much like this mindfulness meditation. Instead of controlling your thoughts, you learn to let them go. This is also called emotional introspection and quiets down the brain's anxiety center directly without controlling thoughts. When your anxious thoughts come at you, rather than grappling with them, you let them just be. Observe them, notice them, and simply direct your attention to something other than your thoughts, such as your breath. This may not be easy at first, but if you are having one of those days, it's likely to be much more successful before any meeting that provokes anxiety in anticipation of it. Also, practice makes perfect. If you practice this method often, you're likely to get better at it over time. So again, we bring our mind back to the present moment, widening your attention to include sound, receptive listening, taking in the close-in sounds, whatever soft sounds you perceive in the room. The sounds of these words, the appearing and disappearing, and the spaces between the sounds. Nothing to do. Sounds are known spontaneously by awareness. Listening to the space in the room. Listening to the most distant sounds you can hear. Sensing the vastness of awareness that includes all sound. Letting the sounds just wash through. Just relaxing into that openness that's listening. In the same way that we listen to sounds, we can listen to the sensations or aliveness that's here, of complete receptivity. Listening to and feeling this moment. And this moment. You can listen to and feel the breath, not controlling in any way, just receiving the sensations, the swirl of breath in the nostrils, perhaps the sensations rising and falling in the chest. Listening to and feeling this changing dance. coming back again and again to this receptive listening presence. The mind is conditioned to leave and go off into trains of thought, merge with thoughts of future or the past. Just live in a virtual reality. So when you notice that, just gently note that, thinking, and relax back open to this listening, to sounds that are actually here. To the space that's here. Listening to and feeling the aliveness that's right here. The moral of the story then is this. If you're having a stressful day at work, or come to work in an irritable frame of mind, and have to enter a potentially anxiety-provoking meeting, reset the needle on your brain's anxiety center by closing your eyes for 5 minutes and trying out the breathing technique I described. It will likely be much more successful than trying to talk yourself out of your anxiety or impending freakout. We finish with another opportunity to let our thoughts drift by, noticed, and then let go. You might notice where your attention is. If the mind is contracted or fixated on thoughts, explore what it means to relax open, to listen to the life that's here. Open to the sounds that are coming and going. Maybe relaxing a bit in the body. When the mind tightens, the body tightens. You might loosen or soften the shoulders some. Softening the hands and the belly. So you can listen to and feel this movement of sensation, this aliveness right here. In this listening presence, can you imagine the awareness that's listening to thoughts? Can you feel the awareness that's listening to silence? Can you sense the openness that sounds are appearing and disappearing in? Can you relax and just be that open wakefulness? Let life live through you. As a way of closing this meditation, you might bring this listening presence to your own heart. Sense the possibility of listening to your inner experience with a very pure quality of tenderness. Listening with kindness to your own heart